Ryan Lochte's dream of returning to the Olympic Games might be coming true, but not in the way that swimmer had planned. The Superior Tribunal de Justicia ruled on Wednesday that prosecutors can move forward with criminal charges against Lochte, reversing an appellate court decision from last July which had dismissed the charges. Lochte's lawyers will now have to travel down to Brazil and present a defense for their client, who will not have to appear in person. The swimmer, 33, will however be forced to return should he be convicted for falsely reporting a crime, an offense that carries a prison term of up to 6 months. That could also effectively end his quest to compete one final time at the upcoming 2020 Olympic Games in Tokyo. Scroll down for video. This all stems from an interview that Lochte did with Billy Bush at the 2016 Olympic Games in Rio de Janeiro, during which he claimed that he and 3 of his teammates had been robbed at gunpoint while at a local gas station in Barra da Tijuca. Lochte later confessed that he was drunk when he made that claim, which was debunked when Daily Mail.com obtained surveillance footage that showed Lochte urinating on the side of that gas station and vandalizing the property. Share this article. Share. Lochte is not being charged for the actual destruction caused on the scene or his subsequent interview with Bush that ran on NBC and later around the world, but rather the false statements he then repeated to law enforcement officials in the Delegacia Especial de Atendimento ao Turista. Lochte's fabricated tale resulted in a wave of stories that were highly critical of what initially looked to be a lack of security at the Games. To make matters worse, Lochte had also said the men presented themselves to be police officers at the time of the robbery. Lochte was held in the country for some days after authorities learned of his lie. James Fegan, who was with Lochte and also lied to police, was released after paying a $10,000 fine in a deal made with local authorities. Lochte, however, refused to accept a similar deal which would have required him to pay a $70,000 fine, and instead now faces a possible fine or 1 to 6 months in prison. He was suspended for 10 months from competition by USA Swimming after it was revealed he had lied to authorities in Rio. The swimmer will still have to testify in the case, but will be allowed to do so in the United States and have video or paperwork then presented in court thanks to the current extradition treaty between Brazil and the United States. Lochte's lawyer in the U.S., Jeff Ostro, did not respond to a request for comment. In the 2 years since those Olympic Games, Lochte has welcomed a son Caden and married model Kayla Reed, who on Thursday posted a video submitting herself to the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue.